Hi, it's Marve from Academic. Are you ready to learn about useful proverbs? Let's talk about it. Part of having an advanced English vocabulary is knowing phrasal verbs, idioms, and yes, proverbs. But if you search on Google English proverbs, you're gonna find a list of 150 proverbs. That's way too much. Nobody wants that. And when I looked at those, half of them I didn't know what they were, and I've never used most of them in my life. You don't want to waste your time. Unless, of course, you know everything about English already and you want to know more stuff that native speakers don't even know. Okay, go ahead. Today, I want to help you learn 7 common proverbs that native speakers actually use in real life. If you use this, native speakers won't look at you like you're strange because these are normal. Don't use a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Instead, use these 7 proverbs like normal people. Sometimes English learners find it difficult to learn proverbs because proverbs can be long sentences or at least a couple of verbs all together that you need to know the exact order. But the good news is that all of these 7 proverbs can be shortened to just a few words. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Let's get started with the first 4. If you tell your mom that you're gonna take out the trash and you don't do it, she might say to you, "Actions speak louder than words. Just do it." Or you can reduce this proverb and use the expression, "You know what they say about actions." We're gonna be filling in that final word with something different for each proverb. So if you don't take out the trash and your mom says actions speak louder than words, well, she might say instead, "You know what they say about actions." And she's expecting that you know this proverb. She's expecting that in your head you will fill in actions speak louder than words. So you will definitely hear this and you can use this. "Oh, you know what they say about actions? It means that actions speak louder than words, so what you're doing right now is not matching with your words. Actions speak louder than words." Let's see how this kind of phrase, the shortening in this phrase would work with another proverb. Proverb number 2, honesty is the best policy. Just like all proverbs, this is a little bit too simple. Sometimes honesty is not the best option, at least 100% honesty. You don't want to say that dress looks terrible on you. Probably not a good idea to be completely honest in this situation, but in general, honesty is a great idea. So we could say honesty is the best policy. What if we used our shortening expression? You know what they say about honesty. So let's imagine that at work, one of your friends saw that someone else was stealing some supplies from the office. And your friend says to you, "Should I tell our boss? I don't want to tattle." That means to tell on the other person. "But I don't think that's right. What should I do?" You might say, "Well, you know what they say about honesty." And you're expecting that your friend knows this proverb because all native speakers know this proverb. Honesty is the best policy. You're expecting that your friend will think, "Oh yes, honesty is the best policy. I should be honest. I should tell my boss about this situation." So you can say, "Honesty is the best policy," or you can use our special phrase, "You know what they say about honesty." The third common proverb is, "No news is good news." Let me tell you a quick story. When my big brother went to college, the college was 8 hours away from our house. And when he went to college, he was so into the activities and into studying, kind of studying, that he didn't call our parents for 2 months. So, in this situation, my mom could have said, well, no news is good news. This means that if there was a big problem, she would probably know about it. Either my brother would call her, or maybe the school would call her. So if there's no news, it's probably good news. We can shorten this expression with our key phrase. Well, you know what they say about no news. So maybe if my parents are having a conversation and they're saying, why didn't he call us? Is he okay? It's been 2 months. My dad might say to my mom, what they say about no news. And my mom would say, yeah, I know. It's probably fine. So we can shorten it by using that expression. The fourth common proverb is better late than never. This is one of my favorite excuses for being late because you don't really have to explain why you're late. You can just say, hey, better late than never, which means you should be happy that I'm here at all. It's better to be late than to never come to that place. So, better late than never. How can we shorten this using the phrase, well, you know what they say about? We can't use the previous style, which is just taking that first word. Instead, we're gonna have to make a little verb phrase here. You know what they say about being late. You know what they say about being late. It's better than never coming. So here, if you come to a party late and everyone's already there, already eating, you can say better late than never. Or maybe if you're the host of a party and one of your friends comes to the party late, you could say better late than never. Or you might say, well, you know what they say about being late. And it just shows, hey, I'm glad you're here. Even though you're late, who cares? I'm glad you're here. Before we go on to the next 3 proverbs, let's do a quick review. You could say, you know what they say about actions. You know what they say about honesty. You know what they say about no news. You know what they say about being late. All right, let's go on to the next 3 proverbs, which we can shorten in a different way. The 5th proverb that we commonly use is slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. This comes from the fable of the tortoise, for a turtle, and the hare, another word for rabbit. They're in a race. The hare goes quickly and gets distracted quickly, but the turtle, the tortoise, goes slow and steady. He is consistent, and because he doesn't stop, he wins the race. Maybe you don't want to learn all 7 of these proverbs and memorize them today, but you're gonna memorize one every day for a week. You're going to study slow and steady. Great. But how can we shorten this expression? We often just say slow and steady. It just means the same thing. Slow and steady wins the race. Let's imagine a quick situation. If you're cleaning your house and it just seems like a total disaster, so much mess everywhere, and your friend comes over and says, what in the world are you doing? It looks like a disaster. You can say, slow and steady, slow and steady. And this means that you're cleaning slowly but steadily. It might look like a disaster, but don't worry, slowly and steadily you will clean your house. You can just say slow and steady, and they can understand that By being slow and by being steady, you will win the race. You will win the cleaning mess. Let's go on to the sixth proverb, which we can also shorten by saying just the first couple words. The sixth proverb is, the grass is always greener on the other side. Have you ever been out to eat at a restaurant and you see your friend's food and you think, oh, I wish I'd ordered that? You're kind of jealous of their food. Well, in this situation, the grass is their food. Someone else's thing seems better than yours. The grass is greener on the other side. The origin of this proverb is a lawn or a yard. There is a fence, and there's your lawn, and there's your neighbor's lawn. Their lawn always looked better than your lawn. At least that's what you think. You're a little bit jealous because their thing looks better than your thing. But here we have a subtle meaning with this idiom. It means that you think their food is better. You think that their grass is greener. But in reality, it's probably not. It's just in your head. What someone else has always seems better than what we have. So here it's kind of a false perception. Oh, their food isn't actually better than what I ordered, but I just think it is. So in this situation, when you're eating out with your friend and you say, oh, your food looks so good, I wish I'd ordered that, your friend might say, the grass is always greener. The grass is always greener. Your friend didn't finish the expression on the other side. Your friend just said the couple words, the grass is always greener. You can use this in so many situations in English and really in daily life. So I hope that it will help enrich your vocabulary. The seventh and the final proverb that we're going to talk about is a classic one. Do unto others what you would have them do unto you. This comes from a saying of Jesus in the Bible, and really it means do to other people what you want them to do to you. It uses some kind of a fancy old-fashioned language. We often use this for children. Maybe if one child takes a toy from another child, the parent might say, oh, do to your friends what you want them to do to you. Maybe in little simpler terms like this, instead of do unto others, we might use it in simpler terms for children. I thought about this proverb actually a couple weeks ago because a local store got robbed by a man, and it was the third time that the store got robbed within a couple months. And I thought, what? How did this happen again? Come on, do unto others. How hard is it? I used this in my head and I was thinking about it, do unto others, to mean, why did the man do this? He's not thinking about how his actions will have an effect on other people. He doesn't want someone to rob him. Come on, do unto others what you want them to do unto you. But instead, we can shorten this and just say, do unto others. Do unto others. We might say this to other people in our lives, or maybe just think about it in our heads. Do unto others. Okay, I can do it. Do unto others. That's all for today. Thank you for learning English with me, and I hope to see you in the next videos. Bye!